Stellar XLM fans, I got some great news for you. A big player wants a piece. We're going to talk about Morgan Stanley, another big player out there, and what they just said about crypto globally. We'll talk XRP price along with 3i Atlas. Yo, that ain't no rock.
I say lots of naughty things, so here's your warning.
Choo-choo what? Well, choo-choo crypto is Morgan Stanley says to the globe, you should have at least 2 to 4% of your portfolio in crypto. And they're speaking to $2 trillion worth of assets managed by 16,000 financial advisors. Go Morgan Stanley. You know the deal. Your comments come first. Yeah, we got green up on the screen. Look at ETH 4655. But first, Scott Toshi says, if XRP is a fax machine, wouldn't that make Swift a carrier pigeon? Speaking of carrier pigeon, technically in the UK, shooting pigeon year-round is legal. Have at it, haters of Swift. Paul Fish says, would love to see your Pop-Tart demolition show happen the day after XRP pops. Nice. To a new all-time high. Rock on, Klaus. Yes. Still trying to figure out the whole Pop-Tart video. I'm definitely doing it. I'm starting to feel a little bit better, as if you could tell, a little bit more energy. My health is turning around, and I think I got a pretty good idea. Tori O means, I hope this week has a big uppercase P 330. That's talking about the vote that's happening at 5:30 p.m. Eastern time. Friend zone would be some boob action time. Dude, we got some people here watching the channel. They all know the inside jokes. Year round for pigeon, everyone. Bitcoin, 124,956. ETH is 4655. XP at 301. While BNBs, touching ATH is 1222. Sol at 234. While XLM, yeah, I got good news for XLM fans. You're north of 40 cents right now to 40.66. Morgan Stanley said what? Well, we'll get to it because it's 67 out of 100 for altcoin season. Yeah, we popped up a little bit. Looking good, everyone. Volume 179 billion, so we're starting to climb up. Morgan Stanley said to over 16,000 financial advisors, we recommend you own 2 to 4% in crypto. In a special report released last week, the GIC recommended that investors allocate between 2 to 4% of their portfolios to cryptocurrencies, depending on their individual risk tolerance. And you got to remember, Morgan Stanley and players like that, even a few years ago, were like, no, 1% tops, like tops. And now you're hearing more and more people say, yo, you should put something in there. The committee, which provides strategic direction to 16,000 financial advisors managing over $2 trillion in client wealth, emphasize that digital assets remain speculative, but are increasingly being viewed as part of the real assets category. And think about this. 3-4 years ago, you wouldn't hear any financial advisor out there, globally, any country, wherever, say, yo, put it in crypto. No, dude, they were all into, the stock market's getting you 5 to 7% every year, the S&P 500. Yeah. Support financial advisors and clients who may flexibly allocate cryptocurrency as part of their multi-asset portfolio. That's what they want to do. I like it. Crypto spot volume, though, hits a 3-month low. Now, this is kind of weird because what are we noticing? Spot volume down, institutional gobbling up. So is retail tapped out? Crypto markets show that there has been a volume slippage. In Binance alone, it went from 737 billion in August to now only 636 billion in September. That's a pretty hefty drop. That's like 15+%. Bybit also had the same thing, a drop off. Decentralized trading also lost a bit of momentum as DEX volumes dipped slightly to 364 billion from the month of August, which was what, 368 billion. Uniswap, listen to this, went from 143 billion to 106. So think about that. There's a lot of players out there that are seeing less volume. These exchanges are, and this is a lot on the spot action, so a lot of retail action is not there. Is your interest there? Let me know down below. Are you getting burnt out on crypto, or do you still have the feeling? I've got the feeling. I bring the news every day of the week. So I just thought this was very interesting. Institutional buying up. Gobble, gobble, gobble. Look at this. This is institutional buying over the last several months. That is big time. Retail and spot markets are down. Oh, what do I got up on the screen? 3i Atlas. What? Let's take a look at it real quick. Yo, this ain't no meteor. girlfriend. There's no comet tail. There ain't nothing like that. It looks like a big cigar. What else do I got for you? How about this photo? Three-eye atlas. Yeah, we're waiting for the good ones from NARS to come in too. Come on now, everyone. All right, good news for XLM fans. Rex and Osprey filed for 21 crypto ETFs, including Cardano, XLM Suite, and Hype. Ooh, Rex shares and Osprey funds have submitted 21 individual crypto ETFs. A bunch of these are for staking, which is freaking awesome. I'm a massive fan for staking. You want a lot of money to go into crypto? Staking. Make it bigger. Why? Because think about it. You could park a whole bunch of assets elsewhere and you earn interest while parking the assets, right? Yeah, like it happens all the time. You don't with a lot of crypto stuff. Yeah, so now think about that. Think you could park your crypto, earn money, and watch it grow in value. Unlike spot products, many of these filings use staking mechanisms. Not only would be able to monitor the token performance price, but they would also be able to receive rewards from staked assets. The filings also bring the Cayman Islands subsidiaries under U.S. regulatory and tax requirements. These offshore entities allow managers to continue to be exposed to digital assets while retaining regulated investment status. Beyond the U.S. markets, the documents hint that up to 40% of assets may be invested in foreign-listed ETPs. Ooh. Here's the announcement, and there it is right there. The Rex Osprey XLM ETF. They've got it right here. No ticker symbol as of yet. When I get a ticker symbol, I will share that with you. But what do you think about this? There's a whole bunch on here. ADA, Atom, Avalanche, Bitcoin Cash Crow, Dot, HBAR fans. There you go. Rex Osprey HBAR ETF is in there. Near OKB, Say, Sweet Tao. It's all listed where everyone in the description down below. XLM's volume up 16% to 331 million. Starting to see XLM kind of rounded on up from this last move. Now, one thing just to show real quick is that you've seen XLM make its biggest moves at the start of these last couple cycles, right? Biggest price peak at the start of this one where it was up over 56 cents. And the biggest here at the start of this one was right at the 50-cent mark. So when you see the action with XLM happening, the last several times you've seen what? Its biggest pumps have come in the beginning. Even look at this move in 2017 going into 2018. It came at the beginning and fizzled out. Same thing with this one. Came at the beginning and fizzled out. And you've seen it now here twice in this last year. So XLM fans, be careful because when it moves, she seems to pump, but then dump. But there's some juicy pumps at the beginning. Overall crypto volume, like I said, has been juicy. Inflows from the institutions have been there. XRP prices battling that $3 mark. What's interesting about this is you go to the candlesticks and you're like, all right, we ain't passing 310, but we're getting support north of 270, okay? Zoom out to the year and what do you see? Yeah, right? Looks like we're kind of scooping on up to make another move. Now, that move is coinciding with regs and ETFs. Yes, everyone. So you notice we've gotten through the worst of it. Everyone knows that the government shutdown, we're going to come up with some resolution. What it's going to be, we don't know. So we're already looking past that. We're looking forward. And crypto, I'm going to leave that in. I make mistakes. Crypto is very progressive, looks very far forward. So you got Rex and Osprey looking forward. Throwing in 21 new ETFs, which I've got linked where everyone in the description down below. It also tells you which ones are staking. By the way, the XLM ETF is not a staking ETF, and the HBAR one is also not a staking ETF. Just keeping that out there. They're getting you all the info. So yeah, this is all linked where everyone in the description below. Best part about this is this thing is like 300 something pages long. So I wouldn't suggest reading the whole thing because there's better things you could do with your life, but you could at least see what's going on here. Morgan Stanley says, yo, 15,000 asset managers. We want you to tell people, 16,000. We want you to tell people to put crypto in your portfolios. I like it. Stellar XLM fans got good news with Rex. So do HBAR fans. We're also seeing what? The markets thaw, and we're also starting to see the altcoins move yet again. Why? Because crypto is a hedge against the United States screwing up, and the United States screws up all the time, so sounds like a good plan, doesn't it? Oh yeah, and I forgot. Swift is a carrier pigeon if they're calling XRP a fax machine in year-round. You can hunt for pigeon in the UK. Hey, a shout out for fans across the pond. So it appears that the market is looking at the worst of the information being behind us, which means what? Juicy times ahead. Yeah, I got a feeling the back half of this month is going to be pretty spicy. You got all these ETFs coming in. You've got the decision with Jerome Powell cutting. He's got to cut again. Why? Well, because guess what? It's not looking good for unemployment. You kind of overcooked the economy, so now you got to lower rates down to make it so that businesses have less risk and want to hire. Yeah, that's a big problem. So, crypto market's looking forward. And the forward crypto market is like, yo, we've got like some of our best times coming. Look at stablecoins. The best time for stablecoins wasn't before regs, it was after. So the altcoin players are thinking the same thing. Rex and Osprey are thinking the same thing by launching those 21 ETFs. We're seeing traditional financed institutions out there say, yo, get into crypto. Where years ago, recently, like 2-3 years ago, they weren't even saying anything about that. The best times are ahead. And that's what crypto market's doing right now, being green up on the screen. And that's what I'm doing right now, bringing you the juicy news. Now make sure you hit that subscribe button, notification bell. YouTube has been purging subscribers here as of late, so my subscriber count has been taking a beating. It's okay, the views are still there. So if you don't mind, check to see if your subscription is still legit, or if YouTube canceled yours, just let me know. And then just hit the subscribe button and be good. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss out. And choo-choo what? Well, who's the guy with the sign? It's this guy. Choo-choo what? Choo-choo bitch, his girlfriend.